There's a hidden economic war fought every single day. But there are no soldiers and no tanks. This war is fought with money, with government rules, and with spreadsheets. It's a war that helps explain why some countries stay poor while others get richer. And the weapon of choice? It's something called a subsidy. What if I told you the Made in Bangladesh tag on your t-shirt isn't just a story about cheap labor? What if it's the final chapter of an economic battle that your own country is quietly winning, using a weapon you wouldn't expect? Money it's literally giving away. The visible injustice. To see how this works, picture a farmer. Not a farmer in Iowa with $1 million combine, but a cotton farmer in a small West African country like Burkina Faso. For him, cotton isn't just a crop, it's everything. It's school fees, medicine, and food for his family. He's one of the most competitive cotton producers on the planet, working in brutally honest free market conditions. Now imagine he takes his hard-earned cotton to the global market, only to find the price is artificially impossibly low. He can't compete. It's not because his cotton is low quality or because he's inefficient. It's because his competitors, farmers in wealthy nations like the United States and China, are playing a completely different game. While he faces the raw forces of the market, they are backed by billions of dollars from their governments. That's not a fair fight. It's a rigged game. The cheat, unmasking subsidies. This is where subsidies come in. A subsidy is just financial support from a government to a specific domestic industry. It can be a direct cash payment, a tax break, or a cheap loan. The goal is always the same: lower the cost of production for your team. For the world's biggest economies, namely China, the EU, and the United States, subsidies are a standard tool in their economic arsenal. And here's the hypocrisy. These are often the same countries that champion the gospel of free trade around the world. Yet, they give their own producers an enormous unfair advantage. They can grow crops like cotton or sugar for far more than they're worth on the open market. Then, with government money cushioning the loss, they can export and sell these products at a price so low it's often below what it even costs to produce them. This practice is called dumping. It floods global markets with artificially cheap goods, and the consequences for developing countries are devastating. Farmers who don't have a government propping them up with cash simply can't sell their products. Their businesses collapse, which can deepen the cycle of poverty and make them dependent on aid from the very countries whose trade policies are crippling them. How the cheat works, let's break it down. Imagine it costs a subsidized American farmer $1 to produce a pound of cotton. The world market price, however, is only 70 cents. Selling would mean a 30-cent loss. But the government steps in and gives that farmer a subsidy of, say, 40 cents per pound. Now the farmer can sell his cotton for 70 cents, crush his unsubsidized competitor in Africa, and still walk away with a 10-cent profit. The numbers are staggering. Across 54 countries, total government support for agriculture averaged $842 billion per year from 2021 to 2023, with China and the EU leading the pack. In the US, direct government payments to farmers are forecast to hit $45 billion in 2025, a figure that jumps around year to year due to disaster aid and other programs. This isn't just about agriculture either. It happens in manufacturing and even fisheries, where subsidies have fueled overfishing and wiped out local fishing communities. The World Trade Organization, or WTO, is supposed to be the referee in all this. In 2015, members agreed to eliminate agricultural export subsidies. But the system is filled with loopholes, and the rules governing domestic support, which causes the overproduction in the first place, are much weaker, allowing the game to continue. The motive, so, why do rich countries do it? It's a mix of powerful lobbying from agricultural and corporate groups at home and a strategic desire to dominate key global markets. Protecting their own industries, even the inefficient ones, often wins out over the ideal of fair global trade. It's a strategy that ensures wealth and economic power stay right where they are. Of course, it's a bit more complex today. Some subsidies are now being redirected toward climate-friendly farming or ensuring a stable food supply. But many of the old, market-distorting subsidies remain, creating a warped global economy. It's a system where taxpayer money from a wealthy nation is used to put a farmer in a poor nation out of business. This is a complicated issue, but shining a light on it is the first step. If you believe trade should be fair for everyone, not just the powerful, share this video. It helps drag this hidden war out into the open. And make sure to subscribe for more explanations of the systems that shape our world. So, the next time you see a label on a product, remember that it tells a story. Sometimes it's a story of innovation and hard work. But too often, it's the story of a system that's been tilted in favor of those who already have the upper hand. A system where subsidies aren't just a helping hand for local farmers, but a weapon in a global economic war. And for now, it's a war the richest countries are quietly winning.